Today we're going to talk about invasive species, and our focus question is what effects do invasive species have on an environment? So let's start with what are they? Species that are not naturally found in an ecosystem. So invasive species are not normally found in the ecosystem in which they are invading. They can also transmit diseases and other issues to the native populations or the organisms that normally live in those areas. So, what's up with invasive species? They have no natural predators, usually in an area, which makes them extremely hard to remove or to control growth. They're very expensive to remove, usually. They're hard to control once they're in an area and established. Any environment can be affected by invasive species, and they can alter the food web of an ecosystem. And their populations, once again, can grow exponentially because there are not as many limiting factors or predators in the area to try and control their growth. So, what are some examples within Louisiana? In Louisiana, we have the water hyacinth, the purple loosestrife, which looks like this. We have the nutria, the Chinese tallow trees, coyotes, zebra mussels, and these Formosan termites that swarm through. So, what are control methods? So for plants, they can use these blankets, which are these black tarps they lay down and they try and suffocate the plants with them. The problem with this could be that it suffocates all the other plants in the area as well. Another control method for plants would be just straight excavation or removing any of the plants right from the ground with a big trackhoe. And then the last one would be to spray herbicide, which can sometimes leave chemicals in the environments. And the spraying can look something like this, where there's quite a bit of chemicals going in all at once. For animals, they use things such as biocontrol, which would be introducing an organism that is a predator or can control that other organism, hunting, or they will remove the preferred habitats of the invasive organism. The problem with all of these is that they will alter the ecosystem and they can screw things up for the rest of the organisms that live there that may need those areas. So this would be what something looks like after an excavation where everything's kind of dug out. And then the nutria is usually hunted. So this shows you a bit of a food web, and what this shows you is that with the introduction of an invasive, there's now no natural predators, and it can remove all of these other organisms within by interrupting the food chain here, and it can completely restructure the entire food web. Move on to your interactive that you'll be working with today with the worksheet. Once you're done with that, there are some review questions for you to complete.